Okay, this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while. This is from Inside Edition. I'm using this under the Fair Use Act for critique and commentary. But I have such a problem with this. Let me let you watch a little bit of this.
This little boy was excited for his first day of pre-K until his mom says he was kicked out of school.
It's sexist, it's outdated, it's discrimination.
Jessica Oates feels her 4-year-old son, Jabez, is being punished by the district for having long hair.
It's infuriating. His hair is his identity. It's something that has never been cut, not even once. I have no intentions on cutting his hair. You can ask him all day long, Jabez, do you like your hair? Yes. Jabez, do you want to cut your hair? No.
She says at first the school needed written documentation for why her son had long locks.
I was notified on the second day of school that documentation would no longer be allowed because the school board doesn't know of or recognize any cultural or religious beliefs that a male would be allowed to have long hair.
How about the fact he just likes it? And this is something that's bothered me since I was a kid. All my life I've known guys with long hair, and now I prefer them. And most of them anyway. I'm not talking about people like Riley Dennis. I'm talking about real men like Fabio. To me, I've gotten to a point where when I see a man with long hair standing up for himself, that's what I see. Pretty much, he's not going to bow down to the rules of society and cut his hair just because society wants him to. And it just, no one cries about women wearing their hair really short. I've seen women with guy haircuts. I mean, a lot of feminists are doing that right now. I mean, even Kathy Griffin's done it, which, no, I don't like Kathy Griffin, but we've seen her. She's got that shaved head now. She looks like a guy. And no one's crying about that. And most of these guys, they do not look like girls with their hair long. Riley Dennis does because he's trying to be a girl. He's brushing his hair in girly hairstyles. Guys don't do that. They may ponytail it, braid it, whatever to keep it back. But most guys I see just leave it down loose. And the thing is, most criminals I see have short hair. I mean, people keep saying, oh, he looks like a...
any cultural or...
There you go. This little adorable little boy. Isn't he cute? I'd adopt this boy. But I've heard people say things, yeah, but he looks like a bank robber. So is there some federal law that bank robbers are supposed to have long hair? And the ironic thing is, you look at like the Wild West, you have people like Jesse James who had short hair, Billy the Kid, short hair, and then you have people like, say, Buffalo Bill Cody, long hair, Wild Bill Hickok, a very well-known lawman, long hair. I mean, come on, people, stop judging by hair. There was I wish I had it, but I don't. There was a wife swapper. This 9-year-old boy had his hair long. It wasn't quite as long as this child. And he loved it. And when the new mom wanted to cut his hair, he was adamant, no, you're not cutting my hair. And at the end of the show, I remember he looked at the camera with this big smile and he said, my hair is long and I really, 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 like 50 reallys like it. And his little brother looked at him and said, I'm going to grow my hair long too. Cute kids. But if your son wants it, why not let him have it? I don't see what the big deal is. I really don't. And I see little girls with short haircuts, very, very short, like guys. And no one cries about that. But I also hate it when I've heard people say things like, well, if he's an auto mechanic, his hair could get caught in a car engine or a fan belt and things like that. Tie your hair up. What about the woman mechanics out there? Are cars sexist? Do they only grab a man's long hair but not a woman's? Are you that stupid? Pull your hair back, tie it up, carry a rubber band around your wrist and, whatever, it's just stupid. It's stupid. It's a matter of personal choice. Now, the American Indians, I think they call themselves natives now, but they learned years ago, your hair is connected to your nerves. You know, when people pull your hair, that's why you feel it. And it's why you feel it like when you're combing your hair, brushing your hair, whichever you do. And it's why it hurts if you like get your hair caught on something and it does yank your hair around. It's not just your scalp, it's also the nerves that are connected to the hair itself. Well, natives learned a long time ago that the long hair is extremely beneficial to us. The military, they did some tests with some Indians who signed up to serve in the military. They, you know, obviously they were going to have to cut their hair, so they wanted to see if the natives were right about the long hair helping them with things. So first they decided to try a native who they said was very good at tracking, which is one thing they're known for, is their tracking abilities, and it's very widely because of that long hair. But anyways, they set him a test, and he tracked the animal and found it. Well, later they cut his hair short, you know, in the military style cut, and then he tried again. He could not track the animal. He could not find it. And another test was done with another man who they put him in like this campsite in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the woods, and got one of their other military soldiers to quote unquote attack the guy while he was asleep. And he felt the vibration, he's later said, through his hair of the guy sneaking up on him, so he jumped up and defended himself. When they cut his hair, did the test again, he failed. If it had been real, he would have been killed. So, seems like maybe we should all be wearing our hair long, but when I was a kid, I used to ask my folks, why wouldn't Mattel make a Ken doll with long hair, which they finally did. It was a limited edition Harley Davidson collectible. I have them here. I don't know if you can see it. I've got it. This is the only time I've ever seen them do that, and I think they need to bring this back, and they need to bring back the Barbie doll in the wheelchair. I've got another video explaining why they quit making that. It was sheer laziness. But I want all this crap about hair to stop. We need to be judging people by the content of their character, like Martin Luther King said. Not by hair, not by clothes, not by skin color, religion, any of that. And I will say, look, I hate mohawks. I think they look ridiculous, but I would not agree with any rule that bans mohawks either, because that's your freedom if you want to have a mohawk. I can still be your friend if you have a mohawk. I'm not going to judge you on that. I may not like the way it looks, but if you want to be my friend, I'm more than happy to be your friend. But I think this is something that's up to the parents, not to the schools, and this is, to me, about government control, because most schools are run, you know, public schools, of course, are government institutions. A private school, I can give a little more leeway to, because they're privately owned by someone, but I still think they should really think before they put that kind of a rule in. I can understand the dress code, you know, like you not wearing provocative clothes to school. That's so understandable. However, some schools have banned t-shirts with like TV shows or musicians on them and things like that. Political messages, you know, Trump or Hillary 2016, whatever. I've got a bunch of t-shirts with country music artists I like, such as Alan Jackson. I've got some t-shirts in there from Ash vs. Evil Dead, Lost, and other TV shows and movies I've watched. And some schools now ban these things, which I think that interferes with the students' free speech. And schools, being government institutions, shouldn't be able to do that. But personally, I think this little boy is just adorable. I would adopt this kid. Look at that big smile. And for the school to do this to him is just wrong, and I think this family should sue. And if I were the judge, I would absolutely rule in their favor. So, God bless this kid. I hope he does well in life. He's obviously a handsome little guy. He could be the next Fabio.